as a safe lane carry player, you're gonna wanna farm your lane for as long as you feel safe in your lane. So a problem that I see with a lot of people in the matchmaking games is that they are not really aware of the fact that they can just abandon their lane. Like they will just this is more commonly seen in lower rated games, I'll admit, than high rated games, because high rated players usually come to this understanding at some point, is that you don't really have to just sit in your lane. This is also very different from hero to hero. Like if you're a hero like Clinks, for instance, you can actually, like, let's say your lane is getting absolutely destroyed, you're not getting anything, they're just killing you over and over. Like before you get to the point when they are killing you over and over, you should recognize that, oh hey, they're actually just destroying me here, I can't get anything, I am probably going to die if I stay in this lane, so I'm just going to try to make a move somewhere else. So you can just TP top, invest in, and just hit this guy, and maybe you kill him, maybe you get a tower, and all of a sudden you made a great move that benefited your team so much, and you didn't even die in doing so, and you put yourself from a scenario where you felt like it was impossible and you weren't really doing anything, to a scenario where it was just really easy, and you got a kill, and you're getting some farm, and you know, you're getting stuff done. But the one thing that I have discovered the most over the time of playing carry is that there's going to be a time, and it is about when you reach like level 6, level 7, around that time, when your lane is going to start feeling unsafe and uncertain. And again, this holds true a little bit more for professional games than for pub games, but it definitely also has its merits in pub games. When you feel that, like, you have to have a good map awareness for this, so when you feel that they're missing from their map a lot, especially if their carry player is gone, if their mid player is gone, like at some point they're gonna wanna gank you. Let's say that you're free farming, let's say you're playing anti-mage and you're free farming, they're definitely going to try to gank you, so you have to keep that in mind, that okay, I have been farming this lane for a long time now, I'm just hitting creeps over and over, but they're not showing here, they're not showing here, like, where are they, what might they be doing? And you have to ask yourself these questions, and at some point you need to abandon your lane before they kill you. If you stay in the lane long enough for them to kill you, let's say that your offlaner are the one who's dominating the safe laner, so their safe laner is feeling really bad. It's like, oh shit, I can't do anything in this game, I'm not getting any farm, I'm just gonna try to go do something else. So he leaves the lane, either he goes to the jungle, either he goes to try to gank you. Like, that's the two places that he can make. And same goes for their for their mid laner. If he's having a bad game, or even if he's having a good game, if he's missing from the map, the only two things that he can do is either he can run down to your lane to gank you, or he can go into the jungle. So what you want to have happen is that you want to have a safe lane ward. So this is, again, when you hit around level 6 to level 7, you want to have a safe lane ward that is being put like here, or you can even have a deeper ward that's being put all the way over here. So by doing this, like, again, they can smoke at you, which can catch you off guard, but by doing this you give yourself some type of protection in order for you to stay alive. So if you notice a lot of heroes being missing, if you see people on the ward, you know that something is up. You don't have to just stay in this lane at this point. So what you can do is you can push the lane out. Again, you don't always have to push the lane out. If they are even, if you feel like they might be even closer, if they might be approaching you, just take it easy. Sit under the tower. Like, you can even run down all the way down here to hide. Like, you're not feeling safe, you've been free farming the entire game, they will try to gank you at some point. Like, this is something that you have to just get into your brain. Like, they will definitely try to gank you if you're having a good game. So just hide behind the tower until someone is showing. So let's say they're all missing off the map, you're level 7 at this point, like, this is a prime time for them to gank you. At this point of the game, you have to be very cautious about dying. So either you can just sit behind the tower until someone shows themselves and you can feel more safe, or you can go into the jungle and farm over here. But then again, if you're farming the jungle, you probably want to farm in a safe way. So let's say that you're abandoning your lane, you're going into the jungle, you don't know where they are, but you're kinda suspecting that they might be jungling or they might be doing something else, like they're just not showing themselves. So what you cannot have do is you cannot be like, okay, I'm gonna go into the jungle now to be more safe, and you just do this. By doing this, you're now sitting in a position where if they're coming to gank you, they have trees from here, they have trees from here, they're just gonna come in from the fog and they're gonna strike at you, you're going to die. Even if you have good wards protecting you, like you can ward this, you can ward this, you can ward this. Even if you have these good wards protecting you, it's not really gonna matter because they can still smoke at you. So you can protect yourself from a potential smoke gank by doing something like this. So let's say that you're lone. I mean, lone druid is a specific example because you can have your bear to help you farm like this. But let's say that you're not lone druid. Let's say that I'm an anti-mage and I'm like, oh shit, they might be ganking me, so I want to farm safely. You can do something like this where you cut a tree here and you sit over here to farm, or you cut a tree here and you sit over here to farm. By doing this, you're reducing the chance that you're going to die if they gank you. So let's say you're farming like this, and now all of a sudden they're just gonna have like a split second to stun you before you get out. So they're gonna approach you from here, or they're gonna approach you from here. Let's say they're running in here, and all of a sudden their smoke breaks and they're like, okay, he's farming somewhere, okay, he's here, we see him farming this creep. But you're gonna see them as they see you, so then you're gonna have a chance of blinking yourself out and getting away to safety. But if you're just standing straight in the creep camp like this, you're giving yourself a way bigger chance of dying when you farm. So when you farm and when you go leave your lane to go jungle, you just farm safely. It's the same thing with this camp here. Say you have the high ground warded here, you don't, like, if you can prevent it, you don't want to just sit in the creep camp and just farm the creeps, but you can pull them over a little bit to the side. Like, this is not a good way to go because there's the high ground here too. You want to protect yourself from the high ground, but you can pull them upwards towards the tower, and you can sit more farther back. You can like hit them back, and just kind of kite a little bit. All of these small things that you do to protect yourself while farming is going to save your life, like guaranteed. Sometimes you're going to die when they come to gank you, of course. Sometimes it's just very hard to prevent, but doing every little precaution that you can in order to protect yourself. Again, this is also one of the easiest camps to just die in, because you just, I see a lot of carry players doing this. They will just go into the camp, they just sit in this camp and they hit it like this, and they're coming from the high ground and you don't see them and you're dead. So again, just try, if you're a ranged hero, you can even do this where you're just like standing to the side here and you're just kind of kiting backwards like this, and if they were to show up there, you're like, oh shit, they're here, and you just back off, and you might just save your life by positioning yourself smartly while farming the jungle. So again, that's if you want to leave the lane to go jungle. But let's say that this is gonna be another little extreme scenario, but it happens sometimes. Let's say that you have a ward over here and they're coming to gank you, and you see them smoke with this vision of this ward. They're just smoking here and they're just running down at you. What you want to do here, the appropriate response, and what you should always look to do, is to just TP to the off lane and start pushing this tower. That way they're not going to be able to react to you, because most likely they TP down here to smoke and you're going to get this tower for free, or at worst you're going to trade for this tower. But that is going to be the appropriate response to them ganking you. And another thing that you need to be aware about when you reach this timing, so like level 6, level 7, like, your main goal is to get objectives in this game of Dota. Obviously you want to kill their towers. You just have to look on the other lanes and find these openings, because if you're not getting anything done on your own lane, look elsewhere for an opening. If they have, let's say they have like a Terrorblade who's just being overly aggressive and he's just all the way up here all the time, he is a very easy kill if you just TP to this shrine with a support and you smoke around like this. And if you can kill their safe lane carry, not only do you get a kill on their safe lane hero, but you also protect yourself from getting ganked in the safe lane. So you're now not able to be ganked in the safe lane because you already made the first move onto their hero. So he's not now going to die, and now you're going to get to push their enemy tower. So making the first move before you get the move made on you is always very good. Something you want to look to do a lot of the time. By making the first move and by controlling the pace of the game, you're going to win a lot of games. So the opening can be a tower, it can be Roche, it can be a hero pick, it can be many different things, but you have to find something that you can do. You can't just sit and farm until you get all of your items, because you're not gonna win games by doing that.